For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level. Good morning once again, and welcome to your lofty program, State of the Nation, where we hasten the motions for national development. On our brief chat this morning, we shall dwell on what is needed by diasporans, for which a situation has been created that makes life easier for them. And by that, I am talking in terms of the Diaspora Megacity here in Abuja. News is out there, news is rife, the news is all over the world. From the look of things, the world is at World War III. And for that, diasporans are more in dire straits. And the diasporans we're talking about in this case is diasporans that are in Ukraine, that is being attacked by the big brother or the big father, Russia. This has created a lot of stampede, a lot of human displacement. One thing that comes to mind was what was said by our Foreign Affairs Minister, who said, while we were putting a lot of arrangements in place for Nigerians that are stranded in Ukraine to come back home, that some of them do not want to come back home. You heard me right. Some of them do not want to come back home. And I will tell you one reason for this happening. Because if you look at the reason with the word home, home means a place where you are rooted, a place you can go back to, be it your ancestral home, be it your parents' home, be it your own home. But in most cases and in all cases, a rented apartment is not home for a diasporan. I am saying this because for diasporans to say they are not coming home, it shows that they do not have anything, any string attached to make them come back home. And one of the easiest things, one of the first things that makes you want to go back and call somewhere a home is the element of that simple fact: I own a property here in Nigeria. Be it in Abuja, be it in your state, be it in your state capital, be it in your state, in your village, that is what is called home. And by the time that is missing, you start losing the element of home. But this has come to a lot of government institutions that something must be done about this. And I am happy to tell you again that something is being done about it. The Commission of Government, the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, which is, the appellage is called NIDCOM, the acronym is called NIDCOM, is doing its best, synergizing with other institutions of government to make sure that Nigerians in diaspora have more confidence in coming back home because they have a home. Most of them are disappointed in you, in us, our brothers, sisters, mothers, cousins, uncles, and the rest of them. Why? Because over the years that they've been toiling, they've been sending monies back home for you to use in putting together for them an apartment, a structure that they can call home when they come back. I have witnessed a situation where a young man who was doing 2 to 3 jobs out there. A working day is 8 hours. There are some people that work 3 shifts a day. They rest on the job, they read on the job, and at the end of the day, they package the money they've toiled for and send it to uncles and sisters back home who do not build them any house but squander the money. Like the case of this my young man I am talking about, he came back home and one of them subtly told him that we used the money in feeding your brothers, feeding everybody, sending them to school and this and that. The guy laughed. And the moment he boarded the plane to go back, he swore never to come back to Nigeria anymore. That if he can suffer this much, and the people he trusted could do this to his sweat, he doesn't have people anywhere. And like I said earlier, NIDCOM has taken this, has nipped this in the bud. There is a collaboration going on here in Abuja between NIDCOM, the Federal Housing Authority, the F.C.T.A, and the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Let me tell you how this collaboration works out. NIDCOM has been able to find out that what I just said earlier, that diasporans are being shortchanged by family members when they send in monies to put structures up for them. And as such, NIDCOM are synergized with Federal Housing Authority, with the F.C.T.A, to make sure they acquire a piece of land, which is 675 hectares from the F.C.T.A to build what is called the Diaspora Megacity. Let me repeat myself. F.C.T.A has agreed to give 675 hectares of land to the Diaspora Megacity. F.H.A, on its own part, F.H.A means Federal Housing Authority, has decided that this 675 hectares will house 17,000 units of different models. You heard me right. 17,000 units of different models. And what is the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria doing? Federal Mortgage Bank, through the National Housing Fund, is ready, willing, and able to give out loans to either buy your house or build your house. I am saying this mainly for diasporans and mainly for Nigerians who are here, who have words or brothers or sisters out there that you do not have to send your money to anybody. You can key into the platform of NIDCOM and all these 4 other institutions of government to make life easier for you. I will repeat myself once again. NIDCOM has been able to synergize a collaboration with other 3 government agencies to put together a diaspora megacity. NIDCOM is the facilitator. F.C.T.A is giving the land. Federal Housing Authority is coming abroad to put in the structures in place. And if you so wish, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is ready, willing, and able also to give you the loans to buy or to build your own house. You'll probably be asking me in your mind, how do we go about that? NIDCOM has some platforms that they are using to make sure that you can key into it, get yourself registered. The platforms might be cumbersome, but all you need to do is to send a text message to that number you are seeing on your screen. It's a WhatsApp number and it is an SMS number. The number is, you can use 234 because you can do that from anywhere. That's an international code. +234 802 316 8130. It is there written for you. All you need to do is send a message and I will be glad to send you the links that NIDCOM has put in place to make sure this happens to you. As a matter of urgency, you need to do this. Our diasporans, by the time this message gets to you, I can categorically tell you that we hold you in high esteem, because part of a substantial part, a good percentage of our FDI, foreign direct investment, comes from you people who send those $100, $200 back home, either for them to build you or put up a structure for you, or to maintain your siblings, to maintain your old parents, or to do something for those that you left behind at home. On a serious note, And from me too, as a Nigerian, we appreciate what you are doing. But what we are saying this morning is we're trying to cut away, to mitigate, if not totally annihilate, that element of your relations shortchanging you in terms of the monies you send back home that should be used judiciously for that house, for that home, which you need to call your home. On a serious note, a house that belongs to a family is not anybody's home. It is not for one person. It is a family house. And we quite understand that you, as a person that have toiled and sweated out there, is willing to have your own house that you can call your own home outside of your siblings and relations. That is why NIDCOM is doing the best it can. That is why I am not trying to eulogize the chairman CEO of NIDCOM, but for God's sake, when somebody is doing good, like the African parlance says, if you tell the person thank you, if you encourage the person, oh, you're doing a good job, he's going to do better because you are yet to see his best. And that is the reason I am saying this for ABIKE DABIRI-EREWA. She's an honorable. She has been a servant leader. And for what she is doing as we speak, she is still maintaining that status of a servant leader. So all you need to do is key into that number you're looking at out there. Send an SMS and ask for the platforms of NIDCOM that will make you a beneficiary of the Diaspora Megacity. It is something that is important for you to have. It is important for you to have a home. It saddens me when I heard the Minister of Foreign Affairs says some Nigerians in Ukraine do not want to come back home. And the reason they don't want to come back home is they don't have anything back at home. But by the time they have a home, a structure that is solely theirs, that element of coming back home will come to the fore.